Hey guys, today for this video I'm going to be talking about the Ruger American in 22 long rifle. A little bolt action 22 LR, perfect for plinking, for squirrels, whatever you need it for. See, what I like about this gun is, well, one of the things I like about it is right here. It uses the standard Ruger magazine, same as the Ruger 1022, which I'll do a video about on a later date. You can use any 1022 magazine as well. Same magwell for that. Plus, another thing I like about this is it's a perfect beginner's rifle for kids. It's 22 LR, so it's nothing super powerful. Has the safety right here, up and down like that. Plus, it's a bolt action. I think a bolt gun is perfect for kids, mainly because semi-auto, you can waste a lot of ammo doing that. Well, not waste, but it can get away from them. Another thing that is great about this rifle is right up here. I don't know if this model is special or something, because I got it used, but mine has a threaded barrel which you can put suppressors on, which is great. If you have a 22 suppressor, I recommend you get one. They're great just for plinking purposes. Just keep the noise down a little bit more. Keep the tinnitus away. But the reason I think that rifle is perfect for kids is it gives them a good platform to learn on. Take your time with shots. Make every shot count. It teaches them manual of arms with a bolt action if they want to get into hunting. A lot of hunting rifles nowadays are still bolt action rifles, which I have no problem with. I'm a bolt guy myself, which is another reason why I got that Ruger American. Like I said, compatibility with 1022 magazines. So if you get when you get a 1022 for your kid eventually, if they want one, you have spare magazines to practice with reloading the rifle and everything like that. Another great thing about this rifle specifically is it has a polymer stock, so it's not super heavy. This came with this Nikon Pro Staff scope. It's a 3-9, like I believe most 22 scopes are when they come on the rifle, which is nice. It's a Ruger, so it's Ruger quality, of course. But what's great about it, I think, is it's a small stature, so anyone of any size can use it, whether you're 8 feet tall or you're 3 foot tall. I don't know. It's really nice shooting, standing, laying down on a stand like this with a tripod or a mount or something like that. Works perfect. But my favorite thing about it is shooting this thing suppressed. So I'm gonna load up a magazine real quick and we'll shoot this 5 rounds unsuppressed and then 5 rounds suppressed. Got my loaded magazine here. Let's shoot 5 rounds unsuppressed out of this rifle. So that was 5 rounds unsuppressed, which isn't the quietest, but it's not super loud either. It's a 16-inch barrel, so there's a lot of time for that 22 powder to burn, which is nice because it stays pretty quiet even if you don't have a 22 LR suppressor, which is perfect for shooting with your kids because it's not loud like an AR, so it's not super scary or anything. It's a bolt action, like I said, so it kind of limits the rate of fire. It teaches basic marksmanship is what I'm trying to say here. But let me get back to you real quick. I'm gonna screw my suppressor on there. So my suppressor is on here now. Let's shoot a couple rounds suppressed, which here's the last 5 rounds of that magazine. That was 5 rounds with a suppressor on, and I can tell the difference immediately. Some people might not, because with that much barrel out of a 22, with that, this rifle does need to be cleaned a lot more if you're shooting suppressed. If not, it doesn't matter as much. Clean it when it gets dirty. The bolt release on this is really easy. It's just this little button right here, so I'll show you. You pull that up, and then you just push that in, and it comes out. It is a half moon shaped bolt, which right there you might be able to see the gunk on it a little bit better. To put it back in, get the flat side facing down, push that button in, slide it in, get it all the way up there, and then release the button, and you can cycle like normal. Which is another thing that's really nice about it. It's an easy bolt takedown, unlike the Enfields or Mausers or Springfields, which have a little bit more going into it. It's not a simple lever, which is simple for ease of maintenance for me, at least on this rifle. This one, it comes drilled and tapped about right here and here for this pick rail, which, if I wanted to put a different scope on it, all I'd have to do is take that off, and I'd have a pick rail on it to put a red dot if I wanted to, a different scope, a bigger scope, anything you can fit on a Picatinny, you'd be able to fit on this rifle right now, which is nice for if you want a red dot on it instead of a scope, which I prefer the scope for pest control, just because it gets, I want to say, easier shots in the vitals for me at least, but that's personal preference. Everything is up to you. It does, right here and up here, it does have spots to put a sling. I just don't have one on here because it's so light for me, it doesn't really matter. But if your kid, if you're buying one for your kid and you want to go hunting, I definitely recommend a sling, because, well, it might be light, but over time it gets heavy. That's how it is for every single rifle in existence. It doesn't matter how strong you are. If you've got just a couple pounds carrying that for a couple miles walking through the woods, or however long you go hunting for, if you're hunting for squirrels, you're walking around and everything, it's just nice to have something where you can hang it on your shoulder and not have to worry about your arms getting weak, because when your arms are weak, that means more missed shots, for me at least, because you can't hold it up as long. You start to wobble a little bit and everything like that. It's just how the body works with weight over time. There's not much more else I can say about that. Another thing I like about the rifle is it is a 16-inch barrel, right around 16 inches. So it's not unwieldingly long, even for kids, which is nice, but you don't have to worry about any NFA paperwork or anything, which sucks. I've done it 4 times so far, at least, but I'm sure you guys want to see more shooting, so I just loaded up another magazine while I was talking to you guys, and we'll throw another 10 shots through this thing with the suppressor on it and see how it sounds. Loaded up, safety's off, we're ready to go. And it's light, so you can run the bolt while it's in your shoulder, or if you want to, you can drop it down and then run the bolt. It kind of depends on personal preference. I think I got one more round in here. Nope. Now it's the last one. So that was 10 more shots suppressed. These aren't subsonic rounds. These are just 40 grain, which they have a bit more powder in them than the subsonics. So that's why you can maybe, I don't know if it'll pick it up, but you can hear the whiz of the round. The next video I make, shooting Suppress 22, I will be buying some subsonic ammo, and we can compare how each of them sound on that. Another thing that's great about 22 is just the amount of rounds it has for a good beginner's rifle. These are the 40 grain that I'm shooting. They're just normal lead FMJs, but they make hollow points, they make fast, super fast rounds, they make subsonics, they make everything you can think of for a 22. They probably make it, or someone does. And the only thing that sucks about 22 is that you can't reload it. There is no primer. It is a rimfire cartridge, which is probably why it is so cheap, because it's super easy to make. Rimfire rounds are really interesting once you learn how they work and everything. But I'm loading up another magazine here just so I can show you guys. If you need to run this rifle fast, you can. Now, there's no guarantee how accurate you'll be if you're running it as fast as you possibly can. But if there's a rabid raccoon or something chasing after you, it don't really matter where you hit him, as long as you hit him, is my belief. As long as you're getting shots on target, you'll be good to go. So, load it up. Safety is off. I'm gonna run 10 rounds through this thing as fast as I possibly can. See, now that shooting technique where I had middle finger on the trigger and these two right here, that is how you're supposed to fire the Lee Enfield bolt action rifle that the British used during both World Wars, before and after that. So the only reason I was able to use that rifle is mainly because this bolt right here is bent a little bit, so it doesn't come all the way up, which is nice because you can get your hand placement on there really easily if you need to. Bang. But this is like an AR. You have to have it cocked before you can put the safety on. So this is an empty rifle, nothing in there. Safety is off. I'm gonna shoot it. Now if I try and put the safety on, it will not work, which is really nice, I believe, at least, because with that, it just teaches people, make sure it's empty after you're actually done shooting. Make sure you manually check that the chamber doesn't have a round in it or anything. And then once you close that bolt, you can put your safety on and make sure it is rendered safely, I guess you could say. The accuracy on it, you just gotta zero it right, and it'll shoot where you're pointing pretty much. I've got a bottle here, an empty body armor bottle. I'm gonna finish this off real quick. Then I'm gonna go set it up on my cardboard box down there, and we're gonna try and knock it off. How about that for the end of the video? Okay, so bottle is down there right now. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it is on there. There is 10 rounds in here because I'm not the best shot, so I don't believe I'll hit it in the first go around. But I'm gonna be facing you guys towards that. I don't know if you're able to see it, but we'll try and knock it off with the first shot. Believe in me. That one just missed. Second shot. Okay. So I'm gonna 2 shots. I'm gonna drop the mag, and then let's go and look where we hit that target. Okay. So you can see I hit the target right there, right dead damn near center. So I'm gonna pour out the sand in here and see if I can spot the 22 bullet. Sadly, could not find that bullet in there. I probably saw it, but thought it just looked like a normal rock, which you guys probably seen before. That really ain't super big for a projectile right up there. And we're in a sand pit right now. There's a lot of rocks and sand. Sand that you sell at least, not beach sand. But I've got 8 more rounds in here. Let's just pop those off of that target real quick here. So, also if you guys want to try and look through the scope, that's what the scope looks like. The one on here right now, it is the Nikon Pro Staff, which isn't a bad optic, I don't believe, at least. That was 8 rounds out. So, magazine is empty, gun is empty, safety on, and set down. Well, my thoughts on this rifle is it's a perfect beginner's rifle. It teaches you accuracy, teaches you manual of arms on a common type of weapon. It's 22, so the ammo for it isn't expensive, so you can go to the range more and learn how to run this rifle more. It's very simple to understand. The recoil is basically non-existent with this, especially with that suppressor on there. It comes a bit more front heavy with the suppressor, but it keeps that recoil way down. It's comfortable in the shoulder. It's comfortable to hold, and it's really not that expensive. I got this used for, I think, $300. I think new they're I think they're maybe 500. So it's not super, it's expensive, but not super expensive. I might be wrong on how much they are new, but I'm not sure. If it is, there'll be something on the screen telling you the actual price. Like I said before, it uses standard Ruger magazines. Same thing the 1022 uses. So if you get the stick, or like the banana magazine for a 1022, you can use it in this. You get the drum for whatever reason, you can use it in this. It just kind of works however you want. It's just a good, solid learner's rifle and a really good, solid squirrel rifle, I think, at least. I definitely, if you have the capital for it, I definitely recommend picking one of these up, even if you don't have kids. It's just a fun rifle to shoot. All in all, for me, this is a good, like, 9 out of 10 rifle. It's a 9 out of 10 rifle for me. It's everything I want in a bolt action 22. Suppresses super easy. You can throw any type of scope you want on it. It's light, but it's not so light it feels like you're holding air, so it feels like you actually have something in your hands. The polymer stock is really nice. The butt pad is nice. It helps. It's comfortable in the shoulder, which is what everyone could want. And it's just smooth to run it. There's nothing more I could ask for. So once again, if you need someone to donate to, if you want to donate money, Firearms Policy Coalition or National Association for Gun Rights, or even the Gun Owners of America, I'll have all three of those in the link to this. I'll have links to their websites in the description of this video. But other than that, have a good rest of your day, guys.